Good day, everyone. Chris here. Mid-April. Haven't had an update since March. Got an update for you. This is a good one. All right, we're going to start with some new findings, some new areas to work within, and I want to thank Ty for this one for helping me research this out. This is an area called Klipoth, Qlipoth. This is the dark abyss. This is the tree of death, whatever you want to call it. This is where all the dark energies reside. Any kind of demonic entities, any kind of bad things that happen. Let's call this hell. Let's call it the pit, whatever you want to call it. This area has been coming up very strong lately, and by removing people from it, not removing it from people, but removing the client from it, all of a sudden we get some interesting sensations. A lot of people commented that they feel like a hand grabbing their leg and trying to pull them back down. We've had some results that would almost be exorcism like. Seriously, lots of people having a big expulsion, a big clearing happening, and this is really showing a lot of promise as to getting people out of all this dark energy. Okay, this is what it's all about. So when we talk about the dark energy, this is, for all intents and purposes, would be considered the dark energy. Now this is associated, of course, with Lucifer. Lucifer has been another big one coming up lately, and within a lot of practitioners using true quantum healing, they're finding the same thing, that Lucifer is a big thing, and he is. We were all basically born under Lucifer. Had a little chat with Lucifer a few days ago. He said he's been here for 60,000 years, and he is no longer in charge. Source is taking over, and Lucifer is no longer in charge. So a lot of people with pain in their body, and it's particularly pain that moves. And I've seen this now for going on like 8-9 years, removing Lucifer out of somebody's body, and all of a sudden the pain changes. It moves somewhere else, and then you track them down, get rid of them, boom, and the pain goes away. So a lot of health problems we're finding are being caused by Lucifer within your bodies. Now also the soul of Lucifer is another big one. If you go into the soul self of the client, of the person, and disconnect from the soul of Lucifer, and then you intend the soul of Source to take its place, change polarities, all of a sudden, yeah, again, there are things that change. And this type of thing is very big within anxiety. Anxiety is a very big one within everyone. Of course, when you have anxiety, you're feeding that reptilian, you're feeding the dark side with this negative energy. The more anxiety you have, the more energy they get. Reptilians, pretty much gone. I don't really find them anymore, unless they're hiding really good. But I really haven't been coming across reptilians much at all. It's all whittling down. We're just whittling that onion right down to the core. And the Klipoth energies. Now there's also the demons. Let's call them demons, but the Klipoth entity. If we use the word wraith, 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 that seems to have a lot of clout. So we're removing the person from Klipoth, removing Lucifer, removing the soul of Lucifer, and Thoth and Horus are coming up a lot too. They're all kind of in cahoots, working together to make life rough for us. So those things have been very, very instrumental. And what that does, again, on a very big level, is it really opens up so we can get in deeper and find the real problem. Now, what Lucifer does is if he's in somebody's body and I'm trying to work on that person, trying to get an answer, Lucifer will feed me false answers. And I can tell by the answers I'm getting that Lucifer is doing this, so then we know we have to go after Lucifer and get rid of him. So that if you're somebody who's dowsing, somebody in TQH who's having some issues getting the right answers, got to go after Lucifer. And if Lucifer is in the charts, it's all here. But if he's there, he's not going to let you find him. So that's why the chart system is set up in a certain way that we can bypass, go around, and so forth, get into what these problems really are. And Lucifer, finding Lucifer is a biggie. Now, here's another biggie. Hey, in Paris, a big church burned down, didn't it? Notre Dame Cathedral. Well, okay, so there's obviously some kind of energetic, spiritual relation to this. And what I found, what I dowsed, is that the Notre Dame Cathedral is the Temple of Solomon. Okay, so it's not the actual Temple of Solomon. It is taken over for the Temple of Solomon that used to stand. So within the Temple of Solomon, there is the lesser key of Solomon, which is the power of all witchcraft. So anybody performing witchcraft is going to be utilizing this energy in order to put it forward onto somebody. So that has been demolished. Temple of Solomon gone. Lesser key of Solomon has been lifted. Now, because this is a Catholic church, I'm sorry, people of Catholic religion, I'm going to bash you. Not you, but your religion. There is a lot of sacrifice that happened. This church is 800 years old. There has been millions of children and people sacrificed within that church in order to give energy to the dark side to keep it going, so the Illuminati can keep feeding off of this. If you look at the news right now, they've raised over $1 billion within 2 days to rebuild this thing. Come on. The Illuminati just lost their power source. So now they have to rebuild it. So all the rich people of the world are like throwing money at it. Rebuild this thing because now we've lost all our power. So if you're somebody who dowses or you're intuitive, put this scenario into play and see what you come up with. I'd love to hear back from you and see what you come up with. But to me, this makes a whole lot of sense. Here's a Catholic church, 800 years old, Temple of Solomon, sacrifices the whole bit. Now, one of my guesses is that as they rebuild this thing, they might unearth some interesting facts. I know that in Montreal, there was a church that they found a lot of children's skeletons underneath the church when they did a renovation on it. So it'd be interesting to see what comes up in that respect. So again, this is really opening the door for my work, for True Quantum Healing, for other healers, for other people who are looking for truth and honesty. Now, again, let's talk a bit about source. So one of the messages I got, now I'm always getting downloads and messages. Okay, the universe of truth is the universe of source, and within source is quanta. Quanta is the energy we use in order to perform clearings, etc. So within source is truth, within source is quanta, etc., etc. Now, another big thing I found is that I was using the word quanta, applying quanta to somebody. Now we're using source heart. Okay? If you imply source heart is quanta, is truth, is everything. So if you working on somebody and you add source heart, let's say they have a liver problem. Liver, source heart, true, and then start dowsing and start clearing. And you're going to find that you're going to get some real meaty answers, some answers that make a lot of sense. So that's where we are today. It's mid-April, April 17th. And as always, as soon as I do an update, things change drastically. And I can see already within this afternoon, I was dowsing with some clients, and we got some really deep answers. We're really able to get into the DNA, the RNA, and start removing any foreign bits of DNA and RNA, recalibrating the RNA and DNA, etc. We're using something called reverse transcriptase within the DNA, and what that does is it copies the RNA and applies it as an overlay to the DNA to give it what it's supposed to be programmed as within the genomes, the chromosomes, etc. So that's been working really good. All we got to do is intend these things. If you know what to intend, it's going to work. Within the DNA, if you want methylation to work, you use something called CH3. That's 1 carbon, 3 hydrogen into the DNA and RNA, and that's going to help the methylation process. Add it to the telomeres, etc. It's going to make a big difference. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes up with this whole Temple of Solomon thing exposing itself. It was really interesting to hear that. What else? Vaccinations. Oh my goodness. They don't cause autism. They don't cause any problems. Well, how come in Canada, Quebec is the only province that has a mechanism in place that if you get vaccination damage, you get a payout? Why would there not be any vaccination damage if there's a mechanism to pay you out? It's just ridiculous. And in the States too, they have the same mechanism. I'm finding vaccination damage within everyone. ALS patients, cancer patients, vaccination damage. It's huge. It's bigger than what we think. It's bigger than what anybody knows or anybody thinks. So that's where we're going. We're working as hard as we can to get things done. I had a little scare with my health about a month ago or so. We ended up in the hospital with some blood pressure, and we got that under control. Thank you so much. Anyways, this is Chris. We're out of here. Keep in touch. We're going to be updating as much as possible because we know that things are rolling and going in a very good direction. Take care.